Welcome to this month's Friends You Keep. As they say, we're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And at Erin Wellness, we believe that sustainable health and wellness is an accumulation of 5 pillars: the thoughts you think, the friends you keep, daily movement, nutrition, and lastly, supplementation. So each month we feature guests doing exceptional things that hopefully will inspire you to step into all you are destined to be. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's Friends You Keep. Today, I am excited to welcome Lisa Marie Blair. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So Lisa is the founder of Skin Girls and is a Vancouver-based medical esthetician and educator known for her results-driven, science-backed approach, love the science-backed stuff, to skincare. Lisa works with loyal and celebrity clientele that specializes in advanced treatments and true skin transformations. Okay, so I've had a chance to also be at your clinic, and I had a
great
facial, by the way. Absolutely loved it. So I might not be a celebrity, but I'm definitely going to be a loyal client. So for viewers or listeners who are unfamiliar with who you are, can you share kind of how you got into aesthetics and skincare? And then not only, I mean, you've done a bunch of things besides this, right? You have launched your skincare medical spa, which I had a lovely chance to be at. You have a Skin Girls Academy. And then, of course, and we're going to talk about some of my new favorite products, your skincare brand. So how did you get into this wonderful area?
So, fun fact, I used to act and do stunts, and my skin was like leather. I grew up when you used to go to tanning beds, and remember those reflectors? Oh my God, I can't
Oh my
believe,
God.
right?
Yes.
Used to use those. My skin was like leather. It was terrible. So I had to fix my skin because I was on camera and I started getting treatments. And fast forward to 2005, I think I moved to Vancouver, needed to get a job. I started getting treatments at a medical spa and they needed a receptionist. So I applied and I just fell in love with it. I always loved getting treatments, but just being in the industry and like seeing the results and stuff. So I was their front desk, and then I was so jealous of the technicians and the work that they were doing. And I'm like, I want to do that. They make everyone feel beautiful. They change people's skin. Their clients are coming out and they feel better about themselves. The acne's gone. So I decided to go to school for medical aesthetics and started working in the industry, and the rest is history. So that's kind of how it started.
That is incredible. And so when we're thinking of skincare, I mean, I have a 17-year-old and she also loves your products too. So
Oh, thank you.
loves them. So for the younger years and even teens, really, because there's going to be a lot of moms who are listening who have teenagers. My teenager can use your products, which I love, because instead of buying her special stuff and then me special stuff, we can both have the same item. So 20s, early 20s to 30s, what should women be focusing on skincare wise?
I think sunscreen is really important. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that people make is not using sunscreen. We live in Vancouver. They say it's cloudy, it's rainy. I don't need sunscreen. You should be using sunscreen every single day. Doesn't matter what the weather is outside. You should be using your sunscreen, and you should actually be reapplying your sunscreen every 2 hours. I know it's absolutely
Really?
crazy, but yes, you need to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours. So I think that's a big mistake that younger people make. I also can't believe that people are still going into tanning beds. That is insane to me
Yeah.
after everything. Like back in our day, we had no idea that
Oh,
tanning beds
yeah.
were bad for us,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like we were idiots, but we
Yeah.
didn't know what we were doing. Now there's no excuse, and there's great self tanners out there,
Yes,
and
there
go
are.
for a spray tan. I also, one of my biggest pet peeves is I saw this on TikTok.
Yeah, I
So
get
they're
that in
getting their
supplement industry
advice for
too. Yeah.
TikTok. They're
Yeah.
getting their advice from TikTok. It might not be the right thing for your skin, or your friend is using it. It might be great for your friend's skin
Yeah.
type, but it might not be great for your skin type. So you really should be using something that is suitable for your skin type. And that goes for any age, right? What works for you may not be great for your best friend.
Yeah.
So I think really using the right product for your skin type, whether your skin's compromised or you have dry skin or sensitive skin, or your skin's normal or oily or whatever it is, you should be using skincare that's
That
for
works
your
for you.
correct skin
That
type.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, and so for midlife, that would be
Hmm.
me. And actually, speaking of the tanning thing, my girlfriend Regan and I were talking about this last week when I was at the event in Calgary. We used to lay on a tin foil sheet with baby oil and then spray
Mhm.
water and then wait for it to dry. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm
What were we
surprised I don't look like a
thinking?
lizard. Like, what were we thinking? And we
I
look
don't
gross.
know.
We're just like, ah, as dark as we could get. Oh my goodness.
And the darker, the better.
Darker I mean, I still have a tan. I have a convertible and I love getting a little bit of sun. I miss the, but I do agree with you. When the summertime you don't notice as much, but once it starts hitting winter, all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe that wasn't the best idea this summer.
You start
Okay,
feeling dry and cracky.
start feeling dry and cracky. So for
Mhm.
midlife, what treatments can really support skin at this age would you recommend?
So you're talking more perimenopausal
Perimenopause, yeah,
skin?
I guess perimenopause, yeah.
Okay. So in perimenopause, your estrogen levels start to drop. So
Hmm.
you may start feeling like your hormones are a little bit out of whack. They sometimes call it second puberty.
Yes.
Some people start breaking out. Some people's skin start feeling dry, and that's because your estrogen levels are dropping. So your skin doesn't retain that hydration.
Yes.
So hydration is key. There's treatments you can do to retain that hydration. There's products that you can use to retain that hydration. So a good hyaluronic acid. You can also use skin boosters to reintroduce the hydration in your skin. So skin boosters are things like Skin Vive. I don't know if you've heard of Skin Vive
Oh,
or so it's an injectable, and
okay.
it injects little hyaluronic acid into your skin and plumps up your skin. With it's not a filler,
Yeah.
but like introduces hyaluronic acid in your skin to kind of give the
Ah,
hydration that your skin is lacking.
okay.
Skin Vive is a great one. And then there's another great product from Reveness, which is a Canadian company called Renew, that is wonderful. But it won't plump up your skin. So if you're not looking for the filler, but you want the hydration, that's a great product. And then perimenopause is a great time to start thinking about prevention. So
Yeah.
you know that menopause is coming and you know that the things that are going to happen to your skin. So start you doing preventative stuff. So collagen induction therapy. So things like microneedling, introducing things like exosomes, which has growth factors in it. DNA, so salmon DNA, the salmon sperm
Yes, I've heard
facial.
about that one. Okay.
So those are great for hydration. That's a good thing. So I always do, if you do microneedling, I love to incorporate exosomes or salmon DNA, PDRN.
So that's the little
Um,
needles that then would put the salmon DNA. Is that what it's actually doing into your skin?
Yes. So
Okay.
you're doing the microneedling and then
Okay.
you're creating little microchannels and inducing the exosomes or the salmon DNA into your skin.
Okay.
So that stimulates new collagen production because in perimenopause, your collagen's dropping. So you want to trick your body into producing new collagen.
Gotcha.
Right. So
Okay.
that's kind of what you want to do. You can do that also with retinol. Your
Yeah.
cells, you want to cell turnover. So you want to use retinol. There you go. So that's a great. I've heard that's a really good one.
I've heard it's amazing.
So retinol is a good thing, but yeah, the hydration. People are going to start feeling like, oh, my skin's dry all of a sudden, itchy, and that's because your skin has a hard time retaining that hydration when you're in perimenopause.
Okay, so good things there. Now, my mom was asking me,
Hmm.
my mom is 72. My mom actually has never, I mean, I do Botox, and my mom has never done anything. My mom looks amazing for turning 74. But now she's like, oh, is there some things I possibly could do? And I'm like, well, I don't think you can really use Botox. I don't think Botox is going to help you much now, mom, because you've kind of like passed the window, I believe. But what are some things that she could do, or women could do like 60s and 70s, maybe if they've never really done anything to their skin and now they're like, oh, I kind of feel like I need to catch up. What should they look at doing?
I don't think it's ever too late for
Is it?
Botox.
Okay. All
No,
right.
I think she probably could do it and be happy with it.
Really?
She could
Okay.
get into some lasers. I wouldn't do
Okay.
anything too aggressive at that time
Okay.
because what happens after menopause has hit, your skin thins, and that's why
Yeah.
your skin kind of becomes translucent.
Yep.
You kind of notice that the skin is kind of not as
Yeah.
thick. You notice that
Yeah.
it's a little more see-through.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go into like a CO2 laser, but she could do more of like a clear and brilliant or a fractionated laser to help with the tone and texture and smooth out those wrinkles. So that would be
Okay.
an option if she didn't want
Okay.
to do Botox. But I don't think it's ever too late to take
All
care of
right.
yourself or
Okay.
too late to smooth out those wrinkles. They probably wouldn't fully go away, but they
Yeah.
could smooth out. If they're very deep, sometimes what they do is they'll do a combination of filler to fill out that deep
Okay.
crease, and then Botox to kind of smooth it out as well.
Okay.
But if she already looks great, maybe they're not deep enough, and you could just fix it with Botox. But there's always a way to make someone feel better and look better.
Okay, I like that.
So
I'm gonna
yeah,
bring her to you when she comes.
yeah, yeah. But
She
I'm
was
sure
asking,
she
and she
looks
looks,
wonderful.
she does look wonderful, but she was just like, what should I do? Okay, so now the hot topic right now, if you are living under a rock, and maybe now that I'm saying it, if somebody's listening, this is going to activate it on their algorithm, but peptides everywhere.
Now
Peptides,
everyone's going to get peptide
there's
pop-ups.
going to be like peptides popping up everywhere. So, I mean, we are going to have one of your doctors, Dr. Steve, is going to come on, and we're going to talk all about peptides. We're not going to dig too much into it, but can you explain kind of what peptides are in a really simple way, what that is?
In a simple way. Okay, so I love peptides. I'm
Yeah,
on some peptides.
yeah,
I'm on a beauty peptide called GHKCU. I
that's what
call it
I'm
my beauty
on.
peptide. Yeah, it's
Yep,
incredible for
love it.
skin and hair. It's actually really helped with my hair shedding. I was shedding a lot of hair. I was noticing that was getting very thin. It's driving me crazy because I was like, oh my God, what's happening? So it's really helped with that. But peptides are like tiny little messengers. So they send little messages to your cells, like um, create new collagen
Yeah,
or reduce inflammation. So it's basically tricking your body and sending it little messages. So,
okay.
or reduce cravings,
Yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
feel,
So they're yes. So basically sending little messages to your cells. So
gotcha.
that's kind of like the dumbed down version, easy understanding version
Okay.
of what a peptide does. And there's peptides for everything. There's a peptide to make you look tanned. Like so if
Really?
if you want to look tanned and you don't want to take the sunroof down, then you can use a peptide
Yeah, I
called
need to get on that one.
melanotan.
That's what I need to
Yeah,
do next.
there you go. So there's a peptide for everything. It's crazy. But yes, so peptides are just, they send a message to that cell to do a certain thing.
Okay,
So
to kind of
yeah.
unlock the potential of what that cell can do. Okay. I
Hmm.
mean, I am on the copper peptide, the
Hmm.
GCG, GHK. Okay, I
GHKCU.
always get it mixed up whenever I'm saying it. Okay. I do it 3 times a week. I really love the results. I had somebody ask me, a doctor asked me, what do you notice? And I go, I feel like my skin looks better. Now that could be a result of using, because I'm ultra hydrating now. I'm using your wonderful products too. And I found that my skin just looks better. And when you say about the hair thing, what I've noticed, because I have extensions. So
Okay.
I get extensions all the time. Sometimes I have really long. Now I have them really short. I use them for volume. I have had to go and get my extensions put in because I do a weave style where she braids once every 3 weeks. I've usually gone once every 5, 6 weeks because it's
Oh,
growing so
wow.
fast. That's one of the things we found. Like she keeps telling me, she goes, you are in a growth phase right now with your hair. I'm like, it's peptides. It's gotta be because all of a sudden we've noticed that I have to keep going in and because they grow out and then she has to put them back in. So yeah, so it's really interesting to see that. So I'm liking the peptides for sure. So
Have you noticed anything with your nails? Like, are your nails growing faster or
yeah, I
thicker?
think I've noticed that too. The nails are growing faster. My skin just feels better. I think that's the big thing. Just my skin overall, I've noticed because I try not to wear makeup during the day if I'm busy
Hmm.
working in doing emails and whatnot. And I feel like my skin looks better. That's what I find. Yeah, I just find that my skin looks better. So I'm all about um, doing whatever you want to do to make yourself feel your best, right? I think this is the R1 journey. So if somebody wants to do Botox, do it. If you don't want to do Botox, don't. You want to do MHT, menopausal hormone therapy? Awesome. You don't want to, then don't do it. The
Hmm.
basis of it all, and I think you'll agree with me, is we have to eat right. We need to work out. We need to sleep. I don't care how much peptides you take. If you're not getting a good
Yeah.
night's sleep, you're still going to look kind of crappy. If you're smoking, if you're drinking, if you're right, all of this. So you can't like out peptide bad habits or out
No.
MHT or take a supplement that's going to make things work really well. It really is about all of the things you're consistently doing, right? To make yourself feel
Yeah.
like your best. So I know I'm preaching to the choir.
But it's true. You can't be on a GLP-1 but then eat a ton of,
100%. Yeah.
and it all goes together.
Yeah.
So
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Well, and so let's segue here because I'm going to talk about business questions. But before we do, because I know when we first kind of came on our call here, I went on a little rant about how much I love your skincare products. And I have people reach out to me quite a bit and ask me all the time. They're like, your skin looks great. What are you doing? And I do all the other things too. But I got my hands on your skincare products at an event. I feel so lucky. I was like, oh my gosh, she gave us full products. It was incredible. So this oil cleanser, I don't know if you
Hmm.
it has to be the most beautiful cleanser I think I've ever used. Like, I don't want to squirt myself with it, but it's like an oil, as you can, I don't know if you can see that, but my daughter uses it. She's 17. She loves it. So this is a time where actually both of us can use this one. She loves it. I love it. So I use my Lavo first, which is a makeup like remover, cloth. So I love my Lavo. I use that first, and then I use this next. And it really kind of hydrates my skin when I wash. Like
Hmm.
that's one of the beauties I love about it. And then this retinol. I mean, I should feel like I should do a commercial for you. I mean, it is unbelievable. Like, well done. Like, it's just smooth. And so I know you probably can't see it on my hand. I wish I could, like, it's, it's unbelievable. This
It's
is
so silky.
so beautiful.
I wish everyone could feel it because
Oh,
often people are like, I don't want to use retinol. And that's why I created it because everyone's like, I don't want to use retinol. It irritates my skin. It makes me flake. It dries me out. It da 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 da. And I'm like, you just have to feel it and you'll
yes.
know that, yeah, we have hydrating lipids in it. So it really is that silky smooth finish. We tested it on people with rosacea, dermatitis. Nobody's reacted, knock on wood.
Mhm.
Um, it just really hydrates your skin, but it'll still give you those results for, correcting fine lines, wrinkles, sun damage, all of it, but without giving you those pesky side effects that people don't like. And I kept hearing that for the 20 years that I'm in the industry. I would love to use a retinol, but I had to stop because I was flaking or peeling or this or that. And it's just once you feel it, you can tell
Oh,
the difference.
oh,
It's
it's
just
gorgeous.
so it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like a retinol at
No, it
all.
doesn't. Like even now, my
Yeah.
hands are so soft. My fingers are so soft after it. So how long did this take? Because I look in my category, so we have to have natural product numbers here. And I know in Health Canada, you still have to reckon, you have to register with a database showing everything you're putting in. So we do have regulations here in Canada, which I super appreciate. It takes me quite a long time to have a product to market. So how long does something like this take to perfect to when you finally like, okay, it's ready? How many years did you spend on this one?
So the sunscreens were the hardest to get a Health Canada
Really?
approved.
Okay.
Those were the hardest. Those took forever. The formulation for the retinol took me about 2 years,
Okay.
but the sunscreens to get approved because they're medical and they have to go through. It's like a whole process.
Yeah.
Those were a nightmare, but I was so determined to make sunscreens that I love because I feel like if people can find an SPF that they love, they will want to use it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's my SPF. I just want everyone that comes into my clinic to find an SPF. We have a lot of SPFs. I
Yeah.
want everyone to find an SPF that they'll love and want to put on their skin because then they will actually use it every day.
Yeah.
So for me, it was really important to create some really nice SPFs that don't feel cakey, that don't kind of pill under makeup. That was really important. So I was determined to do it, even though everyone was like, don't do an SPF, it's going to be a nightmare. You'll never get it approved. But I worked with the chemists that created Elta MD, and they gave me some guidance, and they kind of knew what they were doing. But so the process was a little bit quicker. But I was determined to do it. But the retinol took me about 2 years. But the chemist, I was like, no, it needs to be silky. We had a couple little tweaks, but he was great.
Great.
He knew what I wanted. He knew, kind of like my vision. And, we had a couple of back and forths.
Yeah.
But I think it turned out
It's beautiful.
perfectly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
for the SPFs, do you have to have a DIN number? Is that what do you have to?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's just same as us,
Yeah.
NPN. So it's a DIN number, so it's a drug number. So
Yeah.
yeah, to
Yeah.
make those claims, which
It's hard.
it's a lot of work, but I will say this. I mean, I would never buy American supplements. I've always said that. I only buy because we have our NPN number right there. You know what you're
And
getting.
Americans don't?
No, they don't. No. No, there's no regulations down
Wow.
there. So if you look at their labels, they all say not FDA approved. So they're out of the scope. So it's totally different. It takes me, I mean, our new Men Amazing product we're launching has taken me 3 years to get that NPN license. So it takes a long
Wow.
time, but in that, when you're buying it, and there's no proprietary blends. So you will never look on a label in Canada and have, estrogen metabolism matrix, and then have five different ingredients with a number. It has every single ingredient, every single breakdown. And that's the beauty of, I believe, our part of our regulatory system in
Hmm.
Canada, whether it be with skincare or whether it be supplements, and even, with our food, a lot of the stuff that we have going on, I believe that we have. I appreciate that. It gives me comfort knowing that when I buy a product in Canada, it's gone through the testing. Everything is third party tested,
Hmm.
test for microbes. Now we're doing a new testing, which is about $6,000 a product. And now we have to test all the ingredients and the efficacy and the very first batch, then 6 months later, then 6 months later, then 6 months later, until the date of expiry. So then we can legally say when this product expires.
That's
And that's
great though.
nice. And that's what you
Yeah.
want, right? It just
Yeah.
costs us more money.
Absolutely.
But
Hmm.
then what you're getting is not going to, if I just guess and say, let's go 2028, you're not like, oh, and then you're like, this product doesn't seem to be working. It's like because we all
Yeah.
guessed about it, right? So there is something to be said about that. So now I want to get some business questions. What is one thing you wish you would have known starting your business?
Oh God.
Probably lots.
That it's nonstop,
Mhm.
24/7, 7 days a
Yeah.
week. I
Yeah.
think I didn't realize that you don't get vacations. Even when you're on vacation, it's
It's still
work.
not a vacation. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I think I was naive and didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't go into it thinking that like, oh, I'm gonna, make my own hours and da da da, and it's gonna be easier. I didn't think that, but I didn't think that I would never have time off.
Yeah.
So
I,
that's kind of hard. Luckily, I have people in my life that get it, but it's just nonstop all the
It's
time.
nonstop. I know.
Yeah.
I find I'm an early riser, so I usually get up
Hmm.
at 4 a.m. and that's
Holy,
yeah, I just naturally I wake up sometimes 3:45, 4 a.m. Even
that's
if I've
crazy.
had some wine, I still wake up at 4 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, I just naturally and I love the quiet. I take my dog out at 5. I work my best from 4 till probably 8 o'clock in the morning. Like I train, I work out, and then I sit here and I'm on like because at the end of the day, I'm fried. I'm like, you
Yeah.
can't. Plus, I was up at 4, but I just can't do email. I'm no good, right? So I find that's my quiet time, and a lot of the time I'll just put everything off, and I'm like, if it's like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I'm like, maybe I'll just put it off till tomorrow morning. But I find I operate best. But you're right. I mean, I lay in bed at night and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got this PO
You're
coming
still
in,
going.
money coming in,
Hmm.
and this guy never pays on time, and this is going to be
Hmm.
late, and like I need to get sales this month, and I have to make my numbers so then I can make all of this work so I can actually
Your
survive,
brain does not
right?
shut off
It does not
ever.
shut off. I think women do that anyways, but I think owning a business and doing it is just like nonstop, right?
Yeah.
So and you are also the face of your brand, right? So kind of very similar to what I've done as well. So people really trust you. So how did you start to build a brand that people trust, so deeply? Because obviously with your celebrity clientele and getting in, I know when tried to get in to get my facial done, it took me a bit to get in. It's not like, oh, come in, we're in open tomorrow. We got tons of spots. It was like a
Yeah.
very busy clinic, which is amazing, which shows people want to come and actually take care of their skin at your place of business. So how did you build a brand that has such that people respect so much and love being at?
I think honesty,
Yeah.
really, it's like and my staff is the same. We're very honest. And I personally do not bring anything on that I don't truly believe in. So I test everything before bringing it on, whether it's a modality like a treatment or whatever. There was this treatment that became very popular. I went and tested it out in 2019. I wanted to be the first one in Canada to have it. I still have the pin marks on my neck from it,
No.
and I've tried everything to get it to go away.
Wow.
Got fat loss in my face because of it, and people kept and I didn't bring it on because of it. People kept calling and became very popular, but people kept calling and calling and calling about this treatment when it did come to Canada. So I flew out to go get it done because I wanted to be the first. I like to be the first to get
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Um, and I know I lost clients and I know I lost business and I had loyal clients that were going to other clinics for this treatment. And I've told them, like, I just don't believe in the technology, da, 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 da. And, but I just can't bring in things that, firstly, I don't stand behind. And secondly, that I know will do certain things.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing if it's on myself, but if I did this to someone and they're walking around, what is it, 2019 to 2026, like 7 years later with this
Yeah.
shit still on their neck, I
Yeah.
would feel fucking terrible.
Yeah. I would too.
Like
100%.
I could
100%.
not live with myself.
Yeah.
So I just didn't bring it on. And
Yeah.
it's just, I suffered. We had to tell people, well, we carry something else and we don't believe in the technology, and that's what it is. And so, but we lost clients and, they were going elsewhere and we saw it advertised everywhere. But so I think just honesty. And now it's coming out that people are not
Really?
happy about it. Yeah. And
Ah,
it's just, I think it's just one of those things. You're honest. When people come in, they want a treatment that they don't need. I'm honest. I tell them, like, listen, like, you don't need that. You don't have that sun damage, or you don't have that fat, or you don't, like, I know it costs me business, but at the end of the day, they're going to respect that I'm honest. So I think that's why I have people that have been coming to me for 15 plus years. They know that they're honest. I have people that have moved away and they're like, hey, I'm going to a clinic in wherever. I want your opinion. They're trying to sell me this. Do you think I should do it? And I'm like, no, or yes, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
they know I'll tell them the truth.
Yeah. And that's really important.
And I think that's really important
Yeah.
because there's so many places that they really don't care. It's like all about the money. And at the end of the day, that is such bad business practice because people know.
Yeah.
Like, when you walk into, like, let's say Aritzia and something looks like shit on you and they're like, oh my God, that looks so good. And you're like, it looks like shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's true.
So I think
I'm,
people see through that.
I mean, I've had, especially at speaking events, I'll have someone walk up and they have like 5 items in their hand and they're going to buy them all. And I'm like, you should just, start with a couple, right? Like, and it's hard for me to say that because at the same time, I know I'm there to support the store that's brought me in to speak. But then I'm like, if you're taking 5 products, you're not going to know what's going on anyways. Like, you're not going to know which
Hmm.
one's working, right? So start with the Lose and the Reclaim together. Those two work really well. And then you can be strong creatine. But if you're going to take like, you start adding more and more. And then I find people just get overwhelmed too, and they won't take any of it. And that's another one of my fears is having somebody, and that's why I do 100% money back guarantee, because I don't want somebody having my supplements in their cupboard and scorning me every time they open their cupboard, like, damn this, I bought all this stuff and can't use it, right? So it is, I think having integrity is really, really important because I think that does relay then, like, I've had people message me and they're like, I don't like this product. It doesn't really work for me. And I'm like, okay, well, here you go. I'll give your money back. Like, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to, make you mail it back to me because that's, send me a picture of the product, send me the lot number. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this because maybe now it's not get emails of people just returning stuff. But no, but I'd rather have something people can utilize for themselves that's going to work good for them, right? Because then they're going to want to recommend you. That's what I believe.
That is good business
Yeah,
practice, and I really think that pays off in the long run.
yeah,
And I that's just how I think that you should do business.
yeah,
And I feel like now everybody's out to just make a buck,
yeah,
and it's not like that anymore. But when you and I started our businesses,
yeah,
like that's just how it's done.
yeah.
We treat people like it doesn't matter who you are. Everyone's a celebrity when they walk in.
Love that.
You're not going to get it treated any better or any worse because you're Brad Pitt or like whoever. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, everyone's getting the celebrity treatment.
yeah,
So it's just, you got to treat people fairly. You got to treat them well. You have to give them an amazing service no matter who they are or what they're getting.
yeah,
Doesn't matter if someone's coming for $100 service or a $2,000 service. Everybody's getting excellent service and everybody's going to get the truth on what they need. And at the end of the day, that's what gets you loyal clients.
yeah.
That's how I feel.
I love
So.
that. And so, how do you find, or is there, do you find balance being the face of the brand and also stepping into CEO? Because you also manage a team, then you have your academy, and then you're also doing your skincare line. So, do you have a really trusted team which delegates each part of the business, or are you kind of like me? I do everything. And then I have
Mhm.
contract workers I have that, I kind of delegate a bit, but I am the person, I'm like the octopus in the center with all the tentacles that is doing everything all the time.
Yeah,
Is that kind
that's
of where
me.
you're at? That's you too? Okay.
I
Yeah.
try not to be the face of the brand. Like, I on my social media, I let the girls be like, do their
Yeah.
thing. And I try really hard not to, when people try to book, I've trained everyone. So everyone's just as good as I am. I just like
Yeah.
nobody, I don't charge any more to see me than someone else. Everyone's amazing. So I I got to figure that out.
Yeah, I know. I do too.
Trying
I've
to
got to
figure
learn how
it
to do
out.
it. I mean, you must use, I just came from an event which was talking about AI, and I am so excited to what AI is going to be bringing in. I mean, just even relief for an entrepreneur in the sense of managing schedules, doing social media, like all of the things, little mundane things. Do you use AI quite a bit in your business or on in the back end of things or not as much?
No, but if you find any good AI platforms, let me know.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I use chat, but I'm probably going to start switching over to Claude because I've
Okay.
heard some really great things about it. I'd like to actually personally take some more AI courses as well. That's something I'd like to actually have somebody come on and talk about AI, just because I think that, I mean, we're just on the tip of the iceberg where this is going to be going and how much
Hmm.
it can really influence and support us, especially as entrepreneurs, right? Using it for managing, for social media, for all of the things that we have going on. I was listening to one speaker talk about what he does is he loads all of his emails into chat. And when he's driving to the office, he has chat read the emails and respond to them. And then when he gets to the office, so he like puts it all on a Word doc, I think it is. And then they upload it, and then he uploads it, and then it will read back each email, and then he will go in and tweak it. And so when he gets to the office, just copies and pastes, like
No
there's stuff like that. Yeah.
way.
So it's, and I think it's going to be even more personalized. Like I think it will begin to know us even more, what we like, what we don't like, how we talk. Like I think it's going to be
Smart.
fascinating. Yeah, it's going to be fascinating how it's going to impact our business, I think, in the next little bit, especially from a solopreneur or an entrepreneur's perspective, where they can utilize, for not only just emails, contracts. I mean, yeah, all the things, legal, everything. And then hiring somebody who could maybe go over it. But for the most part, you'd be able to do everything through AI. It's pretty
That
incredible.
would be great.
Really incredible. Okay, so I have some rapid fire questions for you. What's your
Okay.
go-to comfort food or treat?
Oh my God, I'm a sweetaholic. I
Are
eat
you?
everything sweet. It's
Yeah,
very bad. Yeah.
everything sweet? Okay. Anything in particular? Like I'm nibs. Anything? Anything that stands out for you?
A good chocolate bar would be great.
Okay, a good chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love
Uh,
chocolate.
what's your favorite swear word? And you can swear on here, obviously.
Fuck.
That's a good one. That's a good one. What's one book or podcast that inspires you or is inspiring you? What's something, do you have a book or a podcast or anything you like to listen to?
I love to listen to The Art of the Brand. Have you heard of that
Oh, I
podcast?
have not.
Oh my gosh, it's
Art of the
incredible.
Brand.
I just purchased her marketing course. So if you
Really?
ever need help in marketing, her marketing course
Yeah.
is great. She talks about brands, breaks it down, gives good branding and marketing
Okay.
tools. It's amazing. She's Canadian. Her name is
Love that.
Camille Moore, and she has a lawyer partner on the podcast as well. It's great. I listen to it on the treadmill, and yeah, it's
Oh,
amazing. Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna check that out tomorrow. And what is one thing you tell your 20-year-old self?
Ugh, don't revolve your life around a man.
Yes. Thank you. Amen.
Yeah.
We get a round of applause for that one. Oh my
I'll
God.
give myself one. Well, I did, which was stupid,
So
but
did I. So did
I'll
I.
give
Trust me.
yeah, I'll give myself one now for moving
Yes.
on.
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, geez. That's something I don't know if, do you have children? I don't even think I've asked. No. Okay.
No.
So I have my 17-year-old, and it is fascinating watching how different young women are. My girlfriend has two 17-year-old daughters too. Not two 17, but younger girls. And they're so different. They're not like, Michaela doesn't want, like, I always wanted a boyfriend so badly because my dad didn't pay attention to me. Like, I look at all of them now, I'm
Hmm.
like, oh my God. And I look at her and she's just like, yeah, like it's such a different,
Really?
yeah, it's very, very different the way they're dealing with it, at least the way Michaela and her friends are, and my girlfriend's daughters are, and even my other girlfriend, the way that young women are dealing with relationships and dealing with men is very different than the way I did and the way my girlfriends did, where we all just were like, somebody tell me I'm worth something. It's very interesting. They're just not kind of putting up with the bullshit either. So
So
yeah.
is the sugar daddy era over, you think?
Oh, I don't think that'll ever be over.
Oh, okay. I'm
Come on now,
just
let's be
wondering if
serious.
that means.
We're all
I'm
going to want
just
a little bit of
wondering if
sugar
that.
daddy. No matter what age.
I don't
Still looking
know
for a
because
sugar daddy, and I'm like 50.
I know. I don't know if they're interested in us.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay.
Well, maybe like 100-year-old one might
You know
be.
what? 80 would be okay. 80 is okay. We can go 80
But
now.
I think they want the 20-year-olds. I don't think they
I
want
think the
us.
50-year-olds want the 20-year-olds. Now we have to move into like the 70, 80-year-old.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The 80, 100.
They don't move much, but that might not be bad. So
More GHKCU.
there you go.
And then we're good.
Exactly. Okay.
Oh, God.
All right. So where can people find you? Give us your Instagram handle, your website. I know you guys have a location downtown Vancouver. So tell us everything. Where can people find you?
We have a location at Canby and Nelson, 1057 Canby. My personal Instagram is at Vancouver Medical Esthetician. And then our business is at the Skin Girls. And then my skincare line that you spoke about is at shopskinedition.ca.
And if somebody wants to do your academy, because you have your academy too. So if somebody
Yes,
wants to do
I
the
just
academy,
launched an
okay.
academy
We haven't
because I
talked
don't
about
have
that.
enough to do.
I know. Well, I was thinking, I was like, you're very underachieving here. What else you
I
got to cut on
know.
your plate?
Such
Okay,
a
so
disappointment. We are actually launching a lymphatic drainage massage course just because I feel like a lot of estheticians, our services die down in the summer because you can't
yeah,
do lasers and peels and things
yeah.
like that. So it's called the Skin Girls Academy.
Okay. And so if
Yeah.
anybody wants to go, they can go. Is that on the website as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. So they
Yeah.
can go and they can be trained by, are you the actual educator as well?
Yes. So
Oh my goodness.
I'm training. And then for the lymphatic drainage, one of the girls actually is better at it than I am.
Okay.
We trained with Josie Rushing, she's a celebrity lymphatic drainage massage person. So we flew out and trained with her. And Yolanda's the one that came with me to train with her. And she's way better at it than I am. So I'm going to do more of the skin stuff and she's going to do that. And then we're going to add on more services. So that's what we're doing. But I've been flying to like Toronto and Ontario and Ottawa and Montreal to train other estheticians just who want to add on other services. So I've been loving it. It's kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, there you go. If you want to learn from the best, then check out your website.
Well, the best is not available, so you're going to have to learn from me.
Well,
no, I'm kidding.
you're the best. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Chatting with you.
Me too.
I will provide to buy more of this. And thank you, everybody, for listening to The Friends You Keep. Stay tuned. Next month, we've got another incredible woman doing amazing things. Thanks so much, Lisa.
Thank you so much.
Okay, take care.
Talk soon. Bye.
Bye. Hey, wait, before you go, we would love to extend a special offer of 20% off of any of our Health Canada approved, third-party tested, all-natural support supplements. Simply head over to erinwellness.com and enter the code ERIN20 and take advantage of our gift to you.